Space, the final frontier. These are the voyages of a new Trekkie. My 5-year mission to search out Star Trek media, to seek out our fans and merchandise, to boldly go where no fan has gone before.
Greetings and salutations, everyone. How is everyone doing? So, with it still being Black History Month, and with this starting this new show involving Star Trek, we decided to marry the two together and talk about a topic that was, in this case, being about the time Nichelle Nichols met Dr. King and how a discussion with him led her to continue her role in Star Trek. Now, after the first season of Star Trek, it was 1967. Nichols had been offered a role on Broadway. She came from a musical theater background, so I guess a musical theater actor that would be very appealing to do, And Gene Roddenberry, he just kind of said, okay, I'll take your resignation, but take take the weekend off, and and see if you still feel like that. So the story goes, as she went through the weekend, she ended up going to a NAACP Foundation meeting, and along during that time period, she ended up meeting a Star Trek fan. And in this case, during the time you'd think, oh hey, just a Star Trek fan, However, in this case, it was Dr. King. One thing that he had told her was that Star Trek was the only show that he and his wife allowed their daughters to stay up late to watch, because Star Trek would air late at night. And he would say, oh, come. So he said basically they had a long discussion, and eventually it ran into her saying, hey, I'm thinking of leaving the show, and him just saying, I disagree, this is not a good way to do it, and that you should not be leaving the show. And him basically saying, hey, this role is more important than you think it is. And in a way saying, your role isn't a black role, and it's not like a female role either. It's an equal role, and that in the time period, in television, there was not a lot of TV shows where a black woman had a lead in a show where she had a position of leadership, the program or the show. So yeah, that was a bit different. Anyway, yeah. So next time when she went back to the office of CBS, went back to see Gene Roddenberry and decided to come back to do the show. And she did continue to do the show for many more years, including lending her voice to the Star Trek animated series and the Star Trek motion picture films as well. And she had the first interracial kiss on television as well. And in all honesty, I love the way she words her interaction with Dr. King. So I will go ahead and present that.
I turn, and instead of fan, there's this face the world knows, with this beautiful smile on it. And I remember thinking, whoever that fan is going to have to wait, because Dr. King, Dr. Martin Luther King, my leader, is walking toward me, not 10 feet away, with a beautiful smile on his face. And then this man says, yes, Miss Nichols, I am that fan. I am your best fan, your greatest fan. And my family are your greatest fans. As a matter of fact, this is the only show on television that my wife, Coretta, and I will allow our little children to watch, to stay up and watch, because it's on past their bedtime. And I said, which was all that I was able to say, my mouth just opened and closed. He said, we admire you greatly, you know. And he said some more things, and the manner in which you've created this role has dignity and so forth. And he said, you know, and before he said, I said, Dr. King, thank you so much. And then I got the courage to say, and I really am going to miss my co-stars. And he said, what do you mean? Dead serious. What are you talking about? I said, well, I've had an off. He said, you cannot. And I said, well, I'm going to leave Star Trek because I'm going to say have an offer to star in I never got that far. I said, well, I'm leaving Star Trek. He said, you cannot. You cannot. And I felt like that little boy, Willis. What you talking about, Dr. King? But you know I didn't say that, no. But I was taken aback, and I didn't say anything. I just looked at him. He said, don't you understand what this man has achieved, is achieving or something? And I thought, deja vu all over again. I just looked at him. He said, for the first time on television, we will be seen as we should be seen every day, as intelligent, quality, beautiful people who can sing, dance, but who can go into space, who can be lawyers, who can be teachers, who can be professors, who are in this day, and yet you don't see it on television until now. And he went on, so many of the things, perhaps some of the things he said, but I could say nothing. I just stood there, realizing every word that he was saying was the truth. And he said, if you leave, Nichelle, Gene Roddenberry has opened a door for the world to see us. If you leave, that door can be closed, because you see, your role is not a black role. And it's not a female role. He can fill it with anything, including an alien. And at that moment, the world tilted for me. And I knew then, I didn't want to know it, because I was going to go through some more turmoil for the rest of the week. But I knew that I was something else, that the world was not the same. And that's all I could think of was Dr. King. Everything that he had said. The world sees us for the first time as we should be seen. And I remember being angry come Sunday or whatever. Why me? Why should I have to? Whatever happened come Monday morning, I went to Gene, and I'm not sure to this day if I knew what I was going to say. He's sitting behind that same dang desk. And he had, whoever he was talking to had to leave because I went there first. And I said, Gene, and I told him what happened. And I said, if you still want me to stay, I'll stay.
In a way, I believe that the show Star Trek really did, in a way, help elevate, help open the door to allow more black actors or actresses in the future for science fiction, in a way. However, what do you folks think? Put those comments and all those things. Don't forget to put your thoughts and your comments down below, and we'll be seeing you next time. Bye-bye.